देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। Okay. 15th chapter. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdhmūlamadhashakha Ashvattam Praharavyayam Chandasi Yasya Parnami Yastam Veda Savedave Adashchordam Pasitatasya Shaka Guna Pravardha Vishaya Pravala Adashamulananusantatani Karmanubandhini Manushya-loke Narupamasi tatopalabhyate Nanto nachadir nacha sampratishta Ashvataminam sugrudamula Asanga shastre vidurena chitva Tata padam tat parimargatavyam Yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuya Tvameva chadyam purusham prapadye Yatta pravatti prasuta purana Nirmana moha jata sangadosha Adhyatma nitya vinirvutta kama Dvandvir vimukta sukha dukkha sahne Gacchyanti buddha padamavyayam tat Na tad vasayate suryo na shashanko na pavaka Yad gatva na nivartante tad dhamma paramam mama Mamevansho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana Manashishtra indriyani Prakriti stani karshati Shariram yadavabnoti Yakchapat kramatishvara Granitvaitani sanyati Vayur gandhani vashayam Shotram chakshusparshanam cha Rasanam granameva cha Adishchaya manaschaya Vishayanupasevata Utkramantam sitam vati Punchana vagunaditam Vimudrananupashyanti Pashyanti jnana chakshusa Yatanto yoginaschainam Pashyanti atmana vestitam Yatanto vipratatmano Nainam pashyanti chetasa Yadadityagatam tejo Jagad vasayate kilam Yakshadamasi yakshano Tatejo viddhimamakam Gama Vishya Chabhutani Narayam Namodasa Pushnani Chokshati Sarva Somo Bhutva Rasadnana Aham Vishwanaro Bhutva Pranina Dehamashata Pranavana Samayukta Pachanyanam Chaturvidam Sarvasya Chaham Hridisan Nivishto Mata Smatirnyanamapohanam Cha Vedescha Sarverahameva Vedyo Vedanta Krudveda Videva Chaham Dvaimo Purusho Loke Shakshara Eva Cha Shara sarvani bhutani bhutasto shara uchate
Uttamam purushetvenam
paramatmetu dayata yolokatayamavishya vipartavyaya ishvara yasmacharam matitoham aksharaadapi chottama atosmi loke vedecha
pratita purushottamam yo
mameva
mameva
sambuddho
sambuddho
janati purushottamam sa sarvavijati mam sarvabhavena bharata iti guhyatamam shastram idam uktam maya naga etad buddhva buddhimamshat कृता कृत्यश्च भारत
Om Tatsaditi Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Purushottam Nama Yoga Panchadashodhyaya. Okay, great. So we are starting a new chapter today, which is chapter number 10. And okay, very important chapter for Bhakti Yoga. The name of the chapter is Vibhuti Yoga. I don't know what it says in the English on all your books, but Vibhuti Yoga, glory of God, or I don't know, what does it say in your book in English? Does it say any chapter name?
It's not good.
Huh?
It's not good.
Okay. What is Krish, what does it say in your book?
Well, apparently the Sanskrit for the yoke of distinction between field and knower of field.
That should be 13th, Raja.
Oh, right.
Yeah, sound like you are on 13th chapter. Come to the 10th.
Sorry.
Reha, what's in your book?
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of lost my voice.
Oh, okay. What is? Krish, did you find it?
Yeah. Yoga is supreme manifestation, and then in the description it says Vibhuti Yoga.
Okay.
What is the opulence
Opulence of
the absolute?
Of the absolute, yeah. So it's like a glory of God, right? So Vibhuti Yoga. We will stay with glory of God, right? So Vibhuti Yoga or glory of God. Vibhuti is like a adjective that you put on something, right? You put Vibhuti is like you added something on top of it. So it is an adjective, and here it's glory of God. So we're going to talk about glory of God. The chapter is 42 shloks. And it is falling into the bhakti part of the Gita, right? We say starting from 7th chapter, 7th, 8th, 9th, he introduced little part of God as a Saguna Bhagawan, as you can contemplate on them, and we can have bhakti in us with what was taught between 7, 8, and 9. Here it is going to be a little bit more detail in how to manifest God, right? So how to bring the God into an existence. Everybody asks, where is God? Where is God? Like, where do you see God? So God is seen in chapter 10. Like, explain where you can see God, where you can see the manifestation of God. So that's what the chapter 10th is. It has 42 verses. It's divided. Again, we're going to divide it in 4 different sections. So number 1 is 1 to 11 shloks. So 1 to 11. 1 to 11 will be knowing its supreme nature, and the wise attain Brahman. So knowing what Brahman is, I would probably I will use God here more than Brahman, because it's the same. You can interchange, right? It depends on what knowledge you want to go. Now we want to talk about bhakti, so let's keep it as God as normal, because Brahman is going to be very hard to do bhakti on, right? So that's why let's keep it as God here, so that we can understand really quickly on the meaning. So knowing its supreme nature, knowing God's supreme nature, the wise attain Him, right? So that would be in 1 to 11. So knowing God's supreme nature, I'm not writing, it's a long sentence. So knowing its supreme nature, knowing God's supreme nature, the wise attain Him, right? So that's going to be knowing the nature of God. Everybody can attain Him. That's what he's saying. And he specified wise, and we're going to discuss later in the slokas why wise. Then from 12 to 18 is Arjuna asking questions. So there are a lot of questions that Arjuna asks. Not questions, but he's going to make comments. All right, whatever he learned so far, so he's going to make comments on it. So he's going to talk about how does God pervade in the world, right? So from 12 to 18, he's going to ask, how would you pervade in the world, right? So he's asking God, how can we see you? So how does God pervades the world, and how does one can know Him? So that is the questions that Arjuna is going to ask between verse 12 and 18, right? So how do you pervade in this entire world, and how can we know you, right? Then from 19 to 38, that's beautiful slokas from 19 to 38. So he actually mentioned how God is God's supreme presence in the world, manifestation of God in the world. So that's between 19 and 38. He's going to explain His presence in the world, right? His manifestation in the world. Then 39 to 42, he's going to say that how God transcends in the world, and how it's just the little fragment of His being. Like whatever he's going to talk about, the whole chapter from 19 to 38, when he's going to talk about His glories, from 39 to 42, he's going to say that it's just a small trace of mine, right? I am vaster than that. I'm bigger than that. He's just going to show a little glimpse of His glory from 19 to 38, right? So that's what he's going to explain from 39 to 42. You got it?
Wait, what's like the sentence?
So it will be God transcends the world in a mere fragment of its being. So that's going to be the four different part of the chapter. Everybody got that? You got it? So when we finish the 9th chapter, if you look at the 9th chapter, last slok, he says, Man mana bhav mad bhakto, right? So concentrate on me, or fix your mind on me, or think about me. That's what he's saying, right? That's where you're going to start. That's what he is instructing you. If you do that, then everything will be set, right? So he left the last slok of 9th chapter saying that put your mind on me, fix your mind on me, right? It's very easy to say, right? It's very hard to do it. It's very, very easy to say, but it's very hard to do. Always thinking of Him. It's very hard for us to do it. When there are so many things thrown on us, we cannot keep thinking about God, and we cannot think. We have to think about our schools, we have to think about homework, we have to think about what we're going to be doing, what is our actions, what are next steps. So there is so many things that we have to think about, and God is saying, fix your mind on me, right? So now that comes here, God in this chapter will elaborate in detail how we can do it, how we can fix our mind on him, right? So he's going to talk about that. He's going to speak about his own glories, his own opulence. So whenever bhakta is there, like a devotee is there, what devotee do? Devotee see God's in everything. It's for him, it's very easy to see it, right? He will see God in everything. But for us as a regular people, how we can see God? It's very easy to say, oh, God lives in your heart, God is everywhere, in everything see God. But it's very, very hard to do it. It's not an easy thing to do it. So God in this chapter will show you how you can do it, how you can see it, how you can make a practice of seeing it, right? There is a lot of difficult things he already told us, right? He said, okay, do karma yoga, do meditation, concentrate on me. So he gives you a lot of tricks, but still, I think he understood that we might not get it, right? Not everybody will be able to reach to that level of, meditation that we are, for an hour, we are just thinking about God, nothing else. Or we're going to do each and every action devoted to God. So it's again really hard to do those things, right? So he is again giving you another way to how we can make sure that our mind stays fixed on him. So he said that all the devotees see his presence in all the beautiful and powerful things. And that's what he's going to explain in this thing. God is pervaded in each and every karna. We say karna mein Bhagwan. Karna means it's like every atom of the nature God is pervading, right? But how? Like, how is he pervading? How is God everywhere and everywhere? How you can contemplate on it, right? I don't see it, I don't hear him, I don't feel him. How do I contemplate on God, right? So God will explain it, how I am everywhere and how you can contemplate on me, right? So from just to give you a little bit summary of it as we are going on. So in Shlok 1 to 11, when he's going to talk about his manifestation, he's going to say that how mysteriously the whole world is being created. He's going to talk about that a little bit. He's going to talk about how listening to, like how believing in him and surrendering it to him will take will take away all the sins, and you will be ready to come close to him, right? Then on Shlok number 8 to 11 are beautiful shloks where he talks about how the creation is there and how you can see the manifestation on some and not on all. So when the question comes that if God is pervading in everything, then what about the bad things, right? Good things and bad things, right? Now God is pervading in good as well as bad, right? And he's going to explain that in this chapter also, that there is good things, I'm there, but also in bad things I'm there too. Good things, we connect it, like we see a noble person, we see a noble place or something, we feel like, okay, God is here, right? It becomes like very obvious that, okay, this noble person is very close to God. We see something bad, we don't see God related to it. If we see a bad thing, we don't see God there, right? So what is the difference between then good and bad? Why do we connect really quickly with good thing with God, but not bad things with God? Because there are something that is very clear out there to manifest the God. It's very clear that good things we can see clearly. There are no layers of darkness in that thing. So we can see them easily. But then there is, when the bad things are there, there is God, but there is too many layers of darkness on top of it, right? So that's why we cannot manifest God in that part, right? Because there are so many layers. We have to remove all the layers, and then we can see the manifestation of God in bad things. So that's why there is a difference. Why we don't see So I would say that what happens is that God made everything pure and absolute. Everything is good. Then what happened? The layers of our karmas and layers of our the sanskar, the tendencies, made a dark layers on it. And the darker the layer becomes, less manifestation of God becomes there. Right? So good and bad, internally everything is God, but then what happens is some we can manifest right away because there are no layers of darkness and you can see it purely clearly. But when there is a bad, there are so many layers that you cannot see it. Right? So here God will show us from slok 19 to 38 that how can we manifest God in there. Right? Then let's go to slok number 1. When we go in this chapter, remember when we talk about creation of the God in first 11 sloks, think about it like, any creation, anything that we create, we have 3 things in it, 3 parts of it. One is the material cause, like there should be a raw material. Material should be there to create anything, right? Then there should be a instrumental cause, which is the instrument, right? Which there is a machinery, right? There is a raw material, then there is a machinery, and then there is an efficient person who's going to make that product, right? So there are 3 things: intelligent cause, the efficient person who's going to make it, or whatever. Like, when we make a pot, there has to be a clay, there has to be a wheel, the instrumental cause, and there has to be an intellectual cause, which is the person who is making it, right? So in every creation there are 3 things. All these chapters we studied, we understood one thing, that the material cause, the intellectual cause, and the instrumental cause, all 3 is God, right? There is nothing else. When we say that everything is God, there is nothing else. So all those 3 things are God, right? So whenever we talk about creation, remember that part, that everything, there is nothing other than God. So material cause, instrumental cause, and intelligent cause, all 3 is God. And that's how. So we already know that. I just want you to keep in mind when we talk about this chapter, right? Okay, so let's start with slok number 1. Who's going to read it? Krisha, you want to take it, Raja?
Sure. Shri Bhagwan Uvacha
Shri Bhagwan Uvacha
Bhuya Eva Mahabaho
Bhuya eva mahabaho
Shru Me Paramam Vacha
Shunu me paramam vacha
Yatteham Priyamanaya
Yatteham priyamanaya
Vakshyami Hitakamyaya
Vakshyami hitakamaya.
Together. Shri
Shri
Bhagwan
Bhagwan
Uvacha
Bhuva eva mahabaho Shunu me paramam vacha Yatteham priyamanaya Vakshyami hitakamyaya.
Words.
Shri Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, said, Bhuya, again, Eva, certainly, Mahabaho, almighty arm, Shemu, just hear, my, Paramam, supreme, Vacha, instruction, Yat, that which, Te, to you, Aham, I, Priyamanaya, thinking you dear to me, Vakshyami, say, Hitakama Yaya, for your benefit.
Okay. So now he is saying here, God says, Bhagwan says, Arjun, hear once again my supreme word, which I shall speak to you, who are so lovely, out of solitude, for your welfare. So now God is saying that first of all, he calls Arjun Mahabaho, right? In many shlok we heard that he is talking about Mahabaho. Mahabaho means like with strong arms, right? Baho means arm, Maha means strong, right? So big arms. Now it could be, the meaning is Mahabaho means with strong arms, means a muscular arm, but if you take a deeper meaning of it, Mahabaho is also these arms are used to do some good work, right? You are here to do some good work. You have done good work with these arms. So Mahabaho is also can be interpret as the arms that going to be doing a good work or is doing a good work, right? So with these arms you have done good work. So he says, Arjun, I'm going to talk to you about. So you have seen that you guys also say me that, Mom, you repeat a lot, like you repeat so many times the same thing. But for these things you have to do a little bit repetition, right? So you will see that in Gita is a lot of repetition. You have seen that, like a lot of slokas are also repeated. Part of slokas are similar and kind of that thing, because this knowledge is so hard to get it. Like it's not like you will get it in one time, or it will not that you will understand it completely one time you say it. It's very rare people. There are some people who will, but for regular people like us, you have to keep saying it again and again to make it, to even touch the knowledge. Like it's so hard that we cannot even touch the knowledge. It takes a lot of time for us to understand. So he's saying that I'm going to tell you again this knowledge, and you continue to listen to my words, the words that I'm saying, the glorious word, the important word that I'm going to continue telling you. You will listen to it. Now he's saying why I'm telling you, why I'm keep repeating it, and why I'm telling you. So he tells two things here. One, that you are interested, that's why I'm going to tell you, right? So if you come to the 10th chapter and you are still studying Gita, means you are interested in it. That's why I'm going to tell you, right? Remember in 9th chapter he said, I'm going to tell you why. There was the first stroke also, he said, I'm going to tell you this knowledge, this secret knowledge, right? Why? Anybody remember? We just covered last week when you guys were giving summary. Why did he say that I will tell you that knowledge? Come on.
Because you're never envy. You never
envy. Yeah. Because you don't find fault in other people or other things, right? So I'm going to tell you then, right? Because he said you are not. Now he is layering up. Now there are many people who will not find fault in other people, but they are not interested, right? They are good, they are moral, but they are not interested in this. Now he's taking one more layer up, saying that, okay, you are not envying others, you are not finding faults in other, and also you are interested in it. That's why I'm going to tell you, right? So you are interested, you have hear that for us also, Krishna Bhagavan is saying is, because you are interested, you are listening to me for so long, this is why I'm going to tell you this thing, right? Then the second part he says that because of your welfare, right? Because I know that it's going to be giving you the right knowledge. It's going to be welfare for you. There is nothing for me in it, right? How many times did I talk to you and I say that, hey, there is nothing in this when I'm pushing you to do something. It's nothing for me, it's for you, right? So Krishna Bhagavan is also saying, there's nothing for me in this. It's all for you, for your welfare. Arjuna, I'm going to tell you this knowledge one more time again. The part of this you will see he's saying, like initial part of it you will saying that okay, he said it before also, but then later part he will say, which is we never heard it before, right? So though he's saying that I'm saying it to you again, but it's not all repetition. It's like little part of repetition, but little part, or the most part of the chapter is not the repetition of the thing, right? So that's why he is going to be telling you, because of your own benefit and because you are interested. Got it? Okay. Let's move on to slok number 2. You want to take it, Rajat?
Na me viddu suragana
Na me vidduh surugana
Prabhavam na mahashaya
Prabhavam na maharshaya
Aham adirhi devanam
Aham adehi devanam
Maharshinam cha sarvasha
Maharshinam cha sarvasha. Together. Na me vidduh surugana Prabhavam na maharshaya Aham adehi devanam Maharshinam cha sarvasha.
Na never may my Vidu no suragana, the demigods, Prabhavam, origin, opulences. Na never Maharshaya, the great sages. Aham, I am Adi, the origin. He certainly Devana, of the demigods. Maharshinam, of the great sages. Cha, also Sarvasha in all respects.
Right. So he is saying here, neither gods, like gods means lower gods he is talking about, neither gods nor the great sages know the secret of my birth, for I am the prime cause in all respects of God as well as the great seers. So what is he saying? That no devas know me, my beginning, my origin. Not even the wise people, Maharshis, the big saints, know my origin, because one thing, that I came before them, right? I am there before they even came. So I'm the one who's going to be, I was alone earlier than them being originated. So again, it's saying that he is the cause of the origin of all the devas and all the rishis and everything, intelligent people, wise people. He is the origin of everybody. He was originated before. Nobody knows where the Brahman, right, or the God was originated. And you can relate to Brahman part of it too, right? So I hope that you guys know the knowledge, that level, that when I say God and Brahman, you can correlate both of them together, right? So he says that devas were not there. Now literal meaning is this. Now think a little bit deeper on this one. How that devas are, deva word is illuminate, who, whatever illuminate are devas, right, who gives the light to everything. Now that could be taken as devas means all the sense organ gives, illuminate our experience to the world, right? So what are the devas here? Are our sense organs, right, that illuminate the world around us. If non-sense organs are not there, we cannot see the world, we cannot feel the world, we cannot hear the world, we cannot smell the world. So our experience, our illumination of this world is what? Source of what it is? It is our sense organ, right? So deva is also a word used for all the sense organs, right? So he is saying that devas don't know my origin. So what does it mean? All our sense organs don't know my origin, don't understand my origin, right? So we cannot see God, right? We don't know where the God is origin. We cannot hear God. We don't know where he is there, right? Is he there or not, right? He was originated before us, we cannot know. We cannot touch God, right? We cannot smell God, right? We cannot feel God. So all these things we cannot do it, right? So what he's saying, devas don't know me because the sense organ cannot feel me, all the sense organs. Now when we say Deva Namaraja, means the king of all these devas, the thing that that perceive all these reflection of all these sense organs, right? Who is that? That is for us our man, right? Mind. They take the whole thing and understand it, right? So mind understand all the sense organs that are sending that waves to this. Who takes all the things that are coming from everywhere from the sense organ? The mind reacts to it, mind reflects it, right? So when he talks about Devanam, when we talk about Indra is what? Indra is the king of all devas, right? So Indra, when it says, most of the time it's actually making us understand the mind, right? Because that's the king of all the sense organ, all the devas. So if you look at it, what is he saying? That devas cannot get me because all the sense organ cannot understand me. Because of using of these sense organ, you will not be able to see me, understand me. The Indra's mind cannot understand. But now he is talking about Maharshis. Maharshis were what? Most intelligent people in the world, right? Maharshis are the people who did a lot of tapa and a lot of understanding, that they have wrote scriptures, right? Were that intelligent that they understood everything. So what Maharshi means to us? Maharshi means to us is our intellect power, right? So here he is saying the Maharshi also cannot understand. The intellect power of us cannot even understand the God, the beginning of the God, the origination of the God, right? So here he is talking about that great sages and God, all the devas cannot understand my origin, which means that our sense organ and our mind and our intellect will not understand the God, the beginning of the God, or how the world is created, or how the things will be done. We cannot understand that. Then he's saying, so he says that we cannot understand because he was created before that, and great thinkers cannot even understand where this universe came from, who made it, who originated it, right? So you understand that part? That's why we cannot see God, or we cannot have a how you say a conversation with another person, but we cannot have the conversation with God because all our sense organ don't understand it. Our mind doesn't understand, our intellect doesn't understand, right? Okay, let's go to slok number 3. I think you, Krish, can you take it again, Raja?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yo mama jamanadim cha Veti loka maheshwaram Asammuda samarteshu Sarva papai
pramuchyate. Together. Yo mam jamadim. Again. Yo mam jamadim cha veti loka maheshwaram asumura samarteshu sarva pape pramuchyate.
Ya, anyone who mam me, ajam unborn, anadim without beginning, cha also, veti knows, loka of the planets, maha ishwaram the supreme master, asumuda undiluted, Sahi Murtyeshu, among those subject to death, Sarva Pape, from all sinful reactions, Pramuchate, is delivered.
Okay, very good. So what he says here is, he who knows me, the me in the reality that I am birthless and without beginning, and as the Supreme Lord of this universe, he undiluted among men is purged of all sins. Right? So very easy we can talk about this. The person, he who knows me, he who understands me, how? The way that I am birthless, the way that I am without a beginning, and I am the one who is Supreme Lord of this universe. We always talk about Supreme Lord of this universe many times. What Supreme Lord of universe, this person who understand that all three part of me, like I'm birthless, I am birthless, I am without the beginning, and I am the Supreme Lord here. That person is undiluted, that doesn't have any other confusion, undoubted on the existence of God and everything. That person's all the sins are gone, right? All the sins are gone. Now, ajanma, unborn, right? And anadi means forever, beginningless, right? Stays forever. So we need to understand that he is not the part of the object, the things that we can understand, right? So he is beyond that. He is not from the world that we are familiar with, right? We are familiar with all these objects, these things, but he is not belonging to this world, right? He is above and beyond this world, right? Because for us, people born, people die, they don't stay over, right? Everything in this world has an ending and has a beginning, right? So we know that everything begins and everything ends. That's what our knowledge is. Do you know anything that stays forever? There is nothing, right? Nothing that we know that stays forever. Everything has a beginning and end. But here God is saying that I don't have a beginning, I don't have an end, I'm constant prasha, I'm not changeable, I'm eternal, I'm immortal, I'm gonna be there forever. Everything is born out of me, I'm not born in anything, right? So when we talk about Krishna, always we think like, okay, he was born, he was son of Vasudeva, and God. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he was born, right? We know that he was born. He was, but then when we talk about Brahman, we talk about then there is no born and no death, right? And we have a long chapter on it. Chapter 2, we already understood and heard that we are not born, we are not die. But here we want to make sure that we understand that God is not just the Krishna form of God. He is talking about beyond that it's not born and dead. Loka Maheshwara. He says that I am Loka Maheshwara, means when the world, Lok means this world, right? Maheshwara, when the plurality of the world comes, right? So he was alone, right? Then he created the world. So then plurality of the world comes, right? When that comes, I am the life, I am the vitalization force of that plurality. From one many things come up, right? So this chapter also talks about this concept that from one, how many things are created. And we already read in 9th chapter, everything is created and unmanifested and manifested, right? So now when he talks about this, from me everything is created. So this is one, and then the plural world is created, right? So he's saying that everything is born out of me. I make it 2 to 3 to 4, right? So I'm making this world this. So when the world is created, the vital form of that, the life that comes, that is me in every single part, right? So everything that comes, what we are born with something of our of our father or mother. We say that, like, all the genes are from father, mother. He is the one who is giving the life in everything. So the life part of everybody is him, right? So we are born out of him. That's what he's saying. Like, you can say that, you cannot be there without that part of God, right? So when the Vishesh Advait would talk about that we are a little part of God and God is big and we are just a part of it, right? So this is the thing that they take a concept of, like, a little part of him, the life part of him is in us, right? He's vast, he's all so many different parts, but little part of him is what we are, right? It's the life part of it, right? So when we talk about that a wave cannot be without the ocean, right? Ocean has to be there. Then only the wave is always in the ocean. So we are always in the God, in the Brahman, we are always there, right? We cannot exist without the Brahman, right? You got that? So if we get to know him, like, if we understand him that way, then what happens is, then we are undiluted, can stay in that when we understand him in this form. When you understand that, how is the rope looks like, until that we keep on thinking it's snake, right? Until we don't understand that rope, that's the rope, right? That's the rope. Then we can understand that, okay, yeah, this is rope, this is not snake. But until that time, we stay in the delusion of that is the snake, right? So this is the world, and we are born, and we have this world, and this is where we live, and this is my form, and I'm just going to be living like this in this world, and then I will die, and then I will reborn, and we stay in that delusion. But as soon as you get to know the God, who is God, what is his manifestation, his glory, and as soon as we get to know, the sin goes away, right? Now he is talking about the sin goes away. What happens? Where does the sin go? Sin, we did it. Until we stay in this world, the sin we carry, because until we have that ego, the vasana stays. As soon as the ego goes away, the little I that we keep thinking that I'm this little I, as soon as that little I change into the big I, you remember big I and little I, right? So as soon as our little I change into big I, what happens? Our vasanas goes away with that. Our ego is not there, so vasanas are not there. If ego is there, vasana stays, right? So vasanas goes away, and as soon as vasanas goes away, what happens? There is no sin stays, like, right? There is nothing that stays with you, right? Everything is gone. The ego is gone, the little I is gone, the big I comes, everything washes out, right? So only thing that stays with you is when you have the ego, right? Now he's saying, after knowing that, after knowing him as unborn, unchangeable, this magnificent eternal being who created the God, and we are the life that he created. As soon as we connect all those dots, what happens is our ego goes away. That it is not that I'm just created to live this life, but this is not my life, right? I'm more than that. And as soon as we realize that, what happens is all the existence and ego and just living in this world as what we are, that goes away. And as soon as that goes away, all the sin goes away, and we become and we are staying there not for this body, mind and intellect. We actually merge into Brahman. Not merge, we understand the Brahman, and we become one with Brahman, right? And then when you become one, there is no other life that can come back, right? You become the birthless, you become yourself, the the constant person, right? So that's what he's trying to explain there. Let's read the 4 and 5 goes together, but let's read 4 and then let's read both of them together and then we will explain it next week. How about that?
Oh, wait.
You want to leave? Okay.
Want to?
No, I know you have to.
Okay, fine.
You need to, I understand that. Okay, bye. You will read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Buddhirjnanam sammoha
Buddhirjnanam na sammoha
Shama satyam dhamma shama
Shama satyam dhamma shama
Sukham dukkam bhavo bhavo
Sukham dukkam bhavo bhavo
Bhayam bhayam eva cha
Bhayam cha abhayam eva cha. Together.
Buddhirjnanam sammoha Shama satyam dhamma shama Sukham dukkam bhavo bhavo Bhayam cha bhayameva cha Ahimsa samata tushtis
Ahimsa samata tushtis
Tapodanam yaso yasha
Tapodanam yasho yasha
Bhavanti bhava bhutanam
Bhavanti bhava bhutanam
Mata eva pratagvida
Mata eva pratagvida
Ahimsa samata
Oh, we
tushtis.
didn't do the first one also. Did we repeat together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ahimsa samata tushtis Tapodanam yasho yasha Bhavanti bhava bhutanam Mata eva pratagvida.
Words.
Buddhi, intelligence, jnanam, knowledge, asammoha, freedom from doubt, shama, forgiveness, satyam, truthfulness, dhamma, control of senses, shama, control of mind, sukham, happiness, dukkam, distress, bhava, birth, abhava, death, bhayam, fear, cha, also abhyaham, fearlessness, eva, also cha, and ahimsa, non-violence, samata, equilibrium, tushti, satisfaction, tapa, penance, dhanam, charity, yasya, fame, ayasha, infamy, bhavanti, come about, bhava, natures, bhutanam, of living entities, mata, from me, eva, certainly, pratagvida, variously arranged.
Okay. Very good. In this 2 slok, he talks about all the qualities that are required, right? He's going to explain the qualities that is required. So he says reason, right knowledge, unclouded understanding, forbearance, veracity, control over the senses and mind, joy and sorrow, evolution and dissolution, fear and fearlessness, non-violence, equanimity, contentment, austerity, charity, fame, obliqual. These diverse traits of creatures emanate from me alone. So he's talking about all these qualities that are there, but they all come from him, right? So he's talk about all these qualities and he's going to talk about how it comes from him. So we'll do this next week. We'll start with these qualities and talk about these qualities next week. Okay, let's close. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamshachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guru Krishna Arpanamastu.